Hello everybody, welcome to this rousing, wonderful video with your favorite commissioner, me. Congratulations, if you're watching this video, you've made it another year with the Baseball League. We are in 15 years of playing fantasy baseball. That's a milestone, I believe. So 15, 20, 25, all the five seem to be milestones. Regardless, if we have you lot still playing this game after 15 years, it's a milestone in my book. So, that being said, we have some rule changes this year that we need to vote on. We have a couple cleanups from last year's that we don't need to vote on. We're just going to tell you what we cleaned up to make them better. And one other things, we have moved to Fantrax. Hooray! Let's not get into the GM and start throwing fits. That's all we're asking for. Just give it a year. At the end of the year, if you don't like it still or your heels are dug in with Yahoo, we're going to go ahead and vote on it to see if we move back or not. We're hoping after a year with this app and a year for their development team to continue to clean up said app that everybody loves it or can tolerate it. It's baseball. Play this shit wherever. Doesn't matter. So we're not going to have what happened in the basketball league happen in this league. So for the few who are very outspoken, keep it to yourselves. Stay out of the GM with it. And at the end of the year, we'll vote. That being said, baseball rule changes and fixes. Rule changes and fixes. First and foremost, a great thing about this new app and new platform that we play on, it allows for in-draft trading. Something we're going to, of course, vote on this year. This vote is going to enable league members to trade drafted players or draft picks for upcoming current draft picks during the draft. It's not player for draft picks, it's just picks for picks. We have not figured out if you can actually do player for draft picks, which would actually be really cool. You draft Eli Manning, then all of a sudden you got Phillip Rivers and you want to do a swap mid-draft or something. Or you drafted 14 shortstops or 30 catchers and you're like, well, I don't have a 10th round pick. We've not gotten to that point yet. So for the first year, we're going to vote on to be able to trade draft picks inside of the draft. It's just this year's draft picks. No future draft picks. No 2028 first round for your 2020 second round. None of that. Hopefully at one point we can actually get there. But right now we're going to be doing picks for picks inside of the draft. It's very easy, very simple. Within GroupMe, the in-draft chat, if you make a trade with somebody, we stop the draft, make the trade real quick. It takes 20 seconds. A couple clicks of the button, it's ready to go. We're going to vote to enable that for this year's draft, actually. So if you want to vote yes on that, vote yes. If you want to vote no, vote no. If you vote no, I think you're kind of a... Is that a P? P? Pussy. There you go. Postseason moves cap, big hot topic. Every single year we go over postseason moves cap. Of course, last year, or was it the year before, one of these years we decided to move to 5 total moves in a week, which was a great move for some. For others, it feels like it capped what you could do inside of the playoffs, the most important weeks of the year. We, of course, do not want streaming of pitchers, which we may actually get to something here later that will stop streaming altogether. But regardless, that's why the cap is in place. 5 moves per week. Well, people are running into issues where they have guys who are hurt or they have guys who are D2D, DTD. I'm having a hard time this morning. Day-to-day, which they don't, well, they, being Major League Baseball and the franchises, do not place these players on DL. So what we are going to vote on is having 5 total moves still with 2 additional moves. Those 2 additional moves, though, can only be used on batters. You can pick up 5 starting pitchers and stream 5 a week if you want to during the playoffs. But if you do run into a situation where half of your lineup is considered day-to-day, well, you can pick up 2 batters to at least fill out your roster, which I think is completely fair. I'm, of course, in favor of this rule, but I don't want to seem like I'm selling this rule change, which I kind of am. But, so vote on that. It is 5 total SPRP pickups with 2 additional moves for batters. Or you can stay at 5 moves per playoff matchup. Violators will be caught and punished. Stats will be erased for violated pitchers. So if you go over, we don't know what the punishment is, but we'll figure something out, and we'll also erase the pitching stats for those guys because Fantrax allows us to erase any stats that we want at any given time because it's amazing. Big one. My favorite one. stat changes for 2020 or 2021. Depends on if we vote yay or nay on this, and then we'll have an additional vote to see when we actually make the stat changes happen. I know some of you out there, if one single category changes, it completely fucks up your entire strategy, and you have to redo your entire spreadsheet of what you're actually going to do that year in the draft. So, we don't think this is going to actually affect too much. It's actually going to add some value to some hitters. It's actually going to add some value to some pitchers. It's going to take away any team control we have with pitchers. It's only going to be about the pitcher. So first one is hitter Ks will be replaced with batting average. We are going to bring back batting averages if you guys want to. We love the cat. It's standard. It's everywhere. Anytime you listen to a podcast, read a mock draft, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you read, talks about average. Doesn't ever talk about OBP. Doesn't ever talk about slugging unless you're on Fangraphs. Or if you're with our new boys, Fantrax, they actually talk a lot of in-depth baseball stuff. Unlike Yahoo, which just skims the surface. And you have to deal with guys like Brad Evans all day. So, hitters Ks will replace batting average. We need a ratio cat on the pitcher side. We have finally come up with pitching losses will be replaced with Ks versus base on balls. It's a great cat. Something that's used every single day. It's something that everybody and anybody uses when they're talking about starting pitchers and relief pitchers. Takes pitching losses away completely, which will fix our rankings. Losses were the number one detriment to pitchers in our rankings. That's why I saw so many relievers ranked so high. When you have a reliever ranked 19th overall and they make 60 appearances a year, it makes 0 sense. So, pitching losses will be replaced with base strikeouts over. I don't even know how to say it. K/base on balls. That's right. Anyways. So yeah, we got rid of wins, replaced them with quality starts. We got rid of losses, or we're going to get rid of losses, or hopefully going to get rid of losses, and replace them with Ks over base on balls. Now, if you guys, we have to combine and package this because we need ratio cats lining up. So we have ERA WHIP, we have slugging, or OBP slugging, and then we need to have average and strikeouts over base on balls, or walks, whichever way you want to call it. I'm old school. I like base on balls. If the moves pass, we will vote on which year the change takes place. I want to drive home the fact that I don't think that this is going to really affect anybody's keepers. And if it does, and you don't feel comfortable with the new cats, but you love the new cats and you want to vote on for 2021, that's completely fine because I have a firm belief that we're going to make it to 2021, our 16th season, and beyond. So if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Like I said, we'll vote on the cat change first, and then we'll vote to, when we're going to do it. So, easy enough.